How's it going? Welcome to the Team Figgins Podcast. My name is Jacob. We have Dan, Aiden, and Tyler here today with us, and let's talk some disc golf.
Disc golf?
Golf?
We're here.
All right, Jacob, why don't you just give us a backstory on how Team Figgins started, if you could?
Hold on 1 second. You can go.
That was perfect, Dan, and then Woody had to walk through. That was literally perfect.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Thumbs up.
Oh, cool. I got
You get a
thumbs
thumbs
up
up.
now. Wow. It's not bad.
What's
What
happening?
the heck? Yo, please keep this on. Please keep this in the
That
box.
is epic.
I
For our
really
audio
hope those-
listeners, Tyler just put a thumbs up in the screen and fireworks went off. It was pretty legendary. I'm not going to lie.
That was really cool.
Jacob, why don't you give us a little backstory on how Team Figgins actually started?
Yeah, so Team Figgins kind of started as a little passion side project of mine. Got into disc golf 5-ish years ago now. And it was just something fun that I picked up with my family and a couple of friends. And I've always enjoyed running my own business. And so it kind of naturally happened where I was like, I would love to sell disc golf discs. So it started with like 25 discs in my room, and then it turned into a couple thousand in my house. So then we brought on people like you guys. I think Dan was one of the first people that we got, and he definitely helped start like the social media aspect of things. Then Tyler was very soon after that. All of our events and team members, and really any disc golf related random requests Tyler has handled very, very well. And then he's found people like Aiden, and Aiden is one of our really cool team members and Team Figgins.
I love how I love how everyone else has like he does this for the program, and then it gets to me and it's like he's on our team and
He's like, well, this is Aiden.
he's great too. Like, yeah, the cool thing about it is that you run it all from your house too. It's not a brick and mortar store.
Yeah,
So everything you've done has
exactly.
been online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it definitely has helped us grow a lot faster and easier without having being tied down to a store.
For sure. All right. Why don't we go around and Jacob, you kind of introduced how Team Figgins got started and how you kind of got into disc golf. But Tyler, why don't you go ahead and share how you got into disc golf?
So, back in 2016, I met my friend Ben at a church camp, who is also a fellow team member. He introduced me to disc golf, and I started playing disc golf whenever I was in Tennessee. I was 100% a forehand only player,
No way.
which is
Stop it right now.
Thinking about that
Absolutely.
now is bonkers.
Hilarious.
Can't even imagine.
it was. You can't imagine, because it was so bad. Like, it was like 50-foot forehands, but that's all I knew. I played my home course in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Literally is the like tightest wood course with a lot of short holes, and so like they're weird shapes. So you could almost throw like a funky, very unskilled forehand and like reach some of them, or be in a disaster of trees. But anyways, for 2 years I was like forehand only. But let me rephrase that. In a span of 2 years, I might have played like 15, 20 times. Like, I loved the sport, and I had one coworker that would go with me, and neither one of us were good. Neither one of us knew disc golf etiquette, skill, nothing. Like, we had no rhyme or reason how we threw a forehand. We just threw it, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't super popular back then, so I didn't really like see a lot of people on the course or learn from other people, and I didn't even know what Joe Mez was or anything on YouTube. So like that was all like foreign to me. So long story short, I moved to Sarasota, Florida in May of 2017. I played my first ever like real, like, I'm gonna learn how to play, and with a backhand and an X step. Like, tell me more. Like, what is this? So my first like real round of disc golf where I'm actually being like taught by someone was at North Water Tower Park in 2017. And I actually have a video. Like, we should just like somehow show the video. It's
Yes.
so bad.
Clip it in here.
I'll see if I can find it. And so it's funny because I liked it, but for me it was a social sport, and a lot of my friends from church played, and it was my way to spend time with them and be outside. It quickly became from something fun to hey, like I became a professional caddy basically after like playing for a couple years because I had zero confidence to play a tournament. Quickly that lasted for about 2 years. Like literally every single event that you would see Ben play, I was there to caddy. But somebody'd be like, "Why aren't you playing?" And I'd like back up as far as I could and be like, "Nah, you don't want to see me throw a disc." Like zero confidence to compete. Then when I played my first tournament, I want to say it was at Picnic Island, and what a tournament! What a course to play your first tournament. And it was the Cody Larson, I think, ran it, and the stamp was like a drawing of like an osprey or something, I think, and it was called like the Osprey Open or something. I could be totally wrong, but I want to say that was the name. I literally like blew my expectations completely out of the water with how bad it was. Like I thought I was gonna play decent. No, it was so bad. Anyways, that started the passion and the love that I had to play. But then, you know, like being like an avid churchgoer and like a Christian, like I didn't want to miss church for a sport because I wanted to make sure I kept my priorities in line. But here in Florida, like all you could find was like Saturday, Sunday events. So it was really hard to find like one day flag starts or shotgun starts that are 2 round on Saturday. So I was like, hey, like it can't be that hard. Like I'm going to run a tournament. So my local club, the Sarasota Sky Pilots, which I've been running for, I think, year 4 now. Someone from the board approached me. They were like, hey, you're good with computers. You want to be our secretary? And I'm like, whoa, like, commitment? No, heck no. Like, don't sign me up for that. And then I was like, wait, if I like become your secretary and I take notes, can I like learn how to run a tournament and run a 1-day tournament? Because like me and my friend want to play tournaments, but there aren't many. This is like 2019, I think. Fast forward to 2020, I'm running my first ever B tier in the middle of COVID, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, total disaster. And not only, like, whenever, like, COVID, like, pandemic started to become hard, we basically had to cancel the event and reschedule it for 5 months later. And plot twist, it became like a big blessing in disc golf because it did away with like paper scorecards and stuff. So as a TD coming into disc golf at the time, I only ran like 3 events where I had to do everything manually, and then it went all digital. So that's a very long but compressed like story of how I became a disc golfer and how disc golf quickly like became my biggest thing. So through that, the passion grew, and within 1 year, my busiest year, 2022, I think I ran like 15 sanctioned events. And 2022 the year that I met you, Jacob? No, 2020 was when you started sponsoring.
Yeah, because
2021.
the tournament that you had to cancel was going to be the first tournament that I had signed up for.
Okay.
And then that got canceled.
And that was was that the Whittick or was that one of the
It was a trilogy flex start, I think.
Okay.
Like a trilogy challenge?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not
Really?
100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Over the last several years, we've done the trilogy challenge in a very unique way.
Looking at a winner of one of those trilogy challenges, MA1, right here.
Nice. Wait, was it the one at
Yes,
Water Tower?
it was. The only good
Yeah,
round.
your best
one.
ever
Like,
The
round.
only good round I've ever played at Water Tower.
That's awesome. So
It's okay. You're still better at throwing disc practice.
Ain't that the truth?
wasps. So yeah, 2020, I got this random email from a kid who had just started like a disc golf business and wanted to sponsor my tournaments. And I'm like, okay, like this is probably a waste of my time. Some little kid's gonna try to sponsor my tournaments. Like whatever, I'll take your money if it helps me run an event. So that's my interactions.
I'm sorry, I just saw Woody crawling in the background.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Professional
He
disc
literally
golfer
texted
Woody
me and said he
Haas.
was going to crawl.
That was so funny.
I'll try
That's
to zoom in
fantastic.
on
We're
that.
we're
when we
definitely
edit it.
keeping that for
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
We're keeping that for sure.
The perks and the downfalls to having a roommate.
That's so funny.
Oh,
All right, sorry, Tyler. Continue. How you met Jacob?
I was like, Dan, it's really not that funny. And I didn't even see it. Like, now I missed out on the fun. So anyways, yeah, so 2020 met Jacob through an email, which if you know Jacob, you know that's pretty much how you're going to meet Jacob and how your relationship with Jacob is going to go. It's going to be a text, it's going to be an email. If you call him, you will go straight to voicemail.
I let it ring. I let it ring.
So,
Just stare at it.
And then he'll scream it.
At least.
That's awesome. So yeah, Jacob asked me a year later, like, what would it take for me to become a part of Team Figgins? And I was like, oh, me? Like, I'm just some like random TD who's trash at disc golf. Like, me have a sponsorship? Like, that's kind of cool. So we discussed over a span of like 4 months, I think, to like really drill down like what the contract entailed. And then from there, I became the official tournament director of Team Figgins, and then shortly after the team manager. So I think I'm here for the long haul, and you guys all get to deal with me. So that's my long spill. I knew it wasn't going to be short.
That's good though. Yeah, you've been killing it at the tournaments and stuff. The first tournament I ever played at was with you, Tyler. So you've been killing it for so long.
Thank you.
And stuff.
Well, and I remember a specific point in which I realized that you were running tournaments is because my search on disc golf scene didn't include the Sarasota courses. So for a long time, I was like, man, there's like 2 tournaments a year. What is going on? And then I finally expanded the search 10 more miles. And it was like, oh, there's an extra 12 tournaments because I included Water Tower in my search.
Dang.
And then I found out how much I
Nice.
don't like that course. But that's okay
My
because
home
the
course.
tournaments are so fun. It's worth it.
Well, Aiden, why don't you go ahead and kind of talk about how you got into the sport and how you got involved with Team Figgins as well?
Oh man, well, I'm one of the classic like boomers of disc golf. I started right during COVID, like March of 2020. I came from a golf background. I can't call it ball golf. Don't even get me started on that. I came from playing golf in high school, and that was like my favorite thing. So then, of course, we're in my freshman year of college of 2020, and the world shuts down. And then actually, one of my buddies, Hunter Morris, took me to play disc golf for the first time. Like,
Go Hunter.
yeah, and now like we play all the time. So he took me to play for the first time, and then literally the next day, I went and bought like a DX Valkyrie and a Wraith and a Colt, and I started playing, and I literally played at least one round, sometimes multiple rounds, every single day for I think 3 or 4 months straight. Like, it literally did not stop. I played every day, and got super into it. A couple months in, Hunter took me and played my first tournament, and that was a blast. It was like my first round shooting under par ever was at Cliff from the shorts. I was so excited about that. Now looking back, I'm like, oh man, that was a rough round. But so yeah, and then so it's been a couple of years now that I've been like trying to play tournaments and stuff, and as of late, I've plateaued a little bit, but we're still working. We're grinding. We're putting a lot lately, trying to get that back in check. But for me, I met. Trying to think who I met first. I guess it was DW Haas is the first person I met in regards to Team Figgins. Actually, it would have been Kevin Kiefer technically back in the day.
Oh,
my
dang.
second,
Oh, geez.
so my second round ever playing disc golf, I get on hole 2 at Lamona Disc Golf Course, and there's this guy about my age, and come to find out it's Kevin, and he like asked me to play with him, and I was like, oh dude, I'm really bad. He's like, no, it's all good. I'm not any good either. And then he's literally a touring pro, so that wasn't true. But then we became friends, and I got his number, and we played a few times. Then somebody that I went to school with, Sullivan Tipton, actually ended up playing in a tournament with him. So they became friends, and then that was when Sully won his first MPO event and kind of like kicked off his career as well. So then, like from there, I've branched out and met, Flying on the Fairways, what a classic. But from there, it branched out, and I got to meet all kinds of cool people because of that. Because I've been friends with both of them, I met DW Haas, who introduced me to Tyler, who introduced me to Team Figgins. and hence is why we're here today. Actually, I had ordered discs off of teamfiggins.com before, and I remember I had ordered an extra. You could get a mystery disc for $10, and I was so pumped. I was like, "This is amazing!" And then it came in, and it was a Ledgestone Buzz, and I was so excited about it because I was like, "Yes, it's like a good disc." And so yeah, good experiences all the way around. So then Jacob and Tyler offered an amateur sponsorship, which has been so much fun because it's allowed me to it's pushed me to go out and play more. It's pushed me to do more with social media and all of those kinds of things. And I love getting to do that. So it's been fun. We're in an Instagram page with almost 1,000 followers. We're getting there. And but yeah, it's cool. Disc golf has been good to me. It's been fun. Oh, but and when I had to go from MA2 to MA1 is right around the time that my college got a golf team. And so I reverted back to golf for a little while and played golf, and then my disc golf game subsequently went down the drain. But golf season's over, so we're working our way back. We're throwing a lot more. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's about all I've got.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't also want to shy away from your stuff, Aiden, as well, because you are also a fantastic videographer too, and that you've put out some pretty
This
fire
is true.
edits. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, if y'all haven't checked out,
I literally just follow Silas Schultz and do what he does. Like I just try to copy that because whatever he's doing is working.
yeah, no, it's fantastic. All right, Jacob, do we get into how we met?
Yes. Tell the viewers.
I guess
So-
so.
All one
I
of
guess
them.
Me and Jacob are probably the oldest friends in this group. Actually, we met each other back in 2014,
I think it was 15. I think it was 2015.
15. All right. Jacob was like,
Link below to their YouTube videos.
Yes,
no, Jacob's
we're
private
definitely
channel now.
including those. If Jacob doesn't put it in the link, I'll comment it and put the link down there.
Oh man.
There you go.
Anyways, Jacob and I actually did musical theater together way back in the day at my church. He works at a different church now, but did musical theater for a while, and I honestly thought he was just kind of just like not necessarily like that annoying. He was actually a pretty cool kid, but I would vlog a lot. I was trying to be, a YouTube celebrity kind of person kind of thing. Didn't really make any sense, but I just loved, filming myself and having fun with my day while filming. And Jacob kind of wanted to do the same thing and got a GoPro and started doing exactly what I was doing when we were at, theater practice. He would film as well. And I'm like, dang, this kid's getting really annoying now. And after I graduated high school, I kind of stopped doing musical theater. I think Jacob fell out of it a little bit before then, and I kind of never saw him ever again. I think I saw his sister because his sister was doing musical theater too there for a little bit as well, but I never saw him ever again. Then randomly one day I was on Facebook and his mom posted something on Facebook saying that Jacob was selling some discs on his website. I'm like, oh snap. I play disc golf. I want to buy some discs. Like, how did this kid get into disc golf? Reverting back to how I got actually into the sport. There was a course near our house named Bob Gardner Park. My dad was very involved in kind of not building it, but very involved in the area and growing the area very much so. And so he knew about the park, wanted to play it, try it out. And me and my mom went to Walmart, bought some Innova starter sets for him for his birthday, and then went out. And our dog actually fell in love with it more than we did. She would love just running to just find the disc. She would never pick them up or bring them back, but she would just she loved it. She would just run and go find it. Eventually, I kind of got to the point where I wanted to go by myself. And then I got two of my best friends really into it as well. And then we started playing a lot. And then this was like around 2019. So then after that, COVID happened. And so literally disc golf was literally the only thing you could do outside, and did with my friends outside too. And yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it just kind of grew from there. And then once I knew Jacob had a store, I had to buy discs. So I bought I think I got a Stalker, a Hades. It might have been a Luna or something too. I have no
Something
idea.
like that. I should pull it up. Figure out
You
what
should.
it was.
Good.
Yeah, pull up his order.
I think it was a Hades and a Stalker. I feel like there was another disc, but I may have gotten something else.
I think there were 3, but it was definitely those 2.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I just thought it was so cool how he has a store and stuff. And it was like, for me, I live right near his house. It was like local pickup too. I didn't have to pay for shipping. It was the nicest thing in the world. And eventually I kept on telling Jacob that we need, start making videos and stuff because it'd be so much fun to make videos because I already have experience in doing that. He has experience in doing that too. It's just be so much fun to do that as well. And finally, we just decided one day that Jacob wanted to put me under a contract, so he has full control of me now. And
you ain't wrong.
Right. And then basically start running social media and doing making YouTube videos and stuff. And from there, I mean, ran a bunch of tournaments, made some cool videos, and yeah, it's been fun.
So if you guys want to see more content on Instagram, make sure you hound him.
Me? Yeah. Well, I'm the only one that really makes content anyways, other than Aiden and Silas.
True.
Yeah.
I did look.
Not
I looked
true.
back. The order was just.
I have more YouTube subscribers than you.
That is true. Yeah, shorts.
I looked back and the order was. It was just a Hades and a Stalker. It was a blue Hades and an orange Stalker.
That's
nice.
amazing.
Do you have either one of those?
Do you have any? Do you have either of those left, Dan, or did you lose them?
I think I gave the Stalker to someone. I remember I threw the Stalker, and it was literally like the worst disc I've ever thrown.
Was it orange or was it pink?
I got a pink Stalker and an orange Hades.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have the pink Stalker.
Do you? Oh, so you have
Really?
it.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Dang, we need to frame that.
Okay, this
Dan's
is
first disc
this
from
is
Team
actually a really good question that I'm curious about. What was everyone's first disc that they ever bought? Because I had literally have mine sitting right next to me.
Mine was a Pro Destroyer with like a tie-dye thing, and I lost it quickly. But I'm curious what my first Team Figgins order was. Is it daggers?
I probably was. I think
I went.
What was that?
my first disc was.
I feel like I.
Oh,
Get it
Jacob,
together,
just go.
guys. Jeez.
I think my first disc was a end of a starter set, so it was an APR and a leopard and a shark. I think was the mid range that comes with it.
I think that was technically my first disc, but the first disc I bought after wanting to play disc golf was like a Pro tie-dye Destroyer from Walmart.
Interesting.
Okay. I think my first
Walmart on 70 used to carry Pro plastic.
Where
other than like a starter set, I think my first disc, I think it was actually a Star Valkyrie and a Champion Rock 3. I got it from,
discs.
a place up in near Cliff Stevens that we shall not.
We won't talk about
He
that.
who must not be named. Okay, so it's great.
Paul Macbeth's friend.
That's right. They're good buddies. I think they're more acquainted with each other now than ever. This is my first disc that I have, and but it's not actually the first disc that I played with. So I literally bought it online, and the next day I wanted to play so bad that I went to play it again and bought discs so I could go play immediately. But this tells you exactly when I started playing disc golf. It's from the Brody Smith 3-pack. It's a Buzz.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I lost it for a long time in the pond at Lamona, and then 2 years later, it came back to me.
That's crazy.
You're definitely a disc golf noob if a Brody
Yeah.
Buzz is one of your first discs.
Yeah.
Now, did y'all ever try to bid on those 1,000 rated zones though?
No, I never did, but I
No.
should have. I do have some Get Freakies. You can see those right here.
Yeah, I see the OG behind you.
Yeah, we got the signed Get Freaky, and then we have a money stamp. This is right when I first started getting
Dang.
into disc golf is when the pink run came out. And I was like,
Gotcha.
I'll get some of these. Who knew?
Yeah, I remember seeing
That's what I had.
the 1,000 rated Get Freaky. I'm like, dang, I need one of those. I never got one. I still want one. Those would be cool to have. All right. So recently we just had a super cool event. We just ran our 4th ever Team Figgins Open, and I gotta admit, it was an interesting one to say the least. Tyler or Jacob, why don't you guys kind of go more in depth about it?
All right, I guess I could start. We decided this year that This is our 4th year running Team Figgins Open, which honestly hit me the week before. Was like 4 years of tournament directing with Team Figgins. Like, where has time gone? It was mind blowing. So we decided to scale up. Team Figgins 3.0 was in probably the end of the big peak of disc golf. So we filled it up in no time. Team Figgins 3.0 filled up probably in like a week or something. And we kind of like pride like Team Figgins Open. It's a little more expensive than your average tournament. It's around, we're usually in the ballpark of like 70 to 80 for a B tier. But we want to make sure that we give like the coolest players pack possible for the best bang for the buck in our area. So we always try to have like some cool merch.
Shout out to Mug.
Like fresh t-shirts, jerseys, custom disc. And then being a retailer, we also make sure that we let people choose a disc from the store as like one of their options. It's just, me being an amateur pre-sponsorship, if you would have given me the option to like choose any disc from a store, I'd been all about that instead of being like, these are our 3 discs with the tournament stamp on it and you get whatever's left. Like, it's cool, but if you get the option of both, it's cooler. So that was something that I knew as an amateur that I would love to have. So we always try to do that. We do something cool, like, what did we do last year? Oh, the mugs. This year we were trying to do beanies. Didn't work out. Maybe that's coming in the future, or maybe hoodies are coming in the future. You never know.
A little
We're gonna have
tease
something
there,
fresh.
Tyler.
Yeah. A little tease. I'll show you what it looks like if it becomes a thing. But yeah,
me. Not the
decided...
viewers, not the viewers. Only me, Tyler. They don't know until the day of the tournament. They have to sign up.
Actually, I just dropped something off at Jacob's house for you. So.
Okay. Snap.
Aiden's already got his, so it's nothing special. Yeah, you're just late to the game. But anyways, so and we got you 2 in case a hole gets put in one of them.
Like from the firework.
Dan does have a history of putting holes in all of the jerseys we buy him. I think he only has.
Yeah.
I think the one he's wearing might be the only one that doesn't have a hole in it at this point in time.
Well, it's because he got it
because he's only had it a week.
Yeah. No holes in it yet.
Yeah, so we decided to scale up. We shot for 2 parks this year, which opened the field to 160 players, which doubled last year. Unfortunately, disc golf has like slowed down over the last year, and that was kind of like aggressively targeting a number. We also competed with 2 other, a B tier and an A tier the same weekend, and we still, I think, ended up with the most competitors. We're proud that people choose to play with Team Figgins when there's other options out there, and I think we hit 90.
98.
Right? Oh, 98, yeah. We almost hit 100, which was like crazy because like, I don't know, tournaments just are slowly filling up now. But I was like dreading it all the way up until the event. Like, I paid rental fees for 2 parks. I over-ordered players packs because I wanted to make sure that if a player was going to play Team Figgins, they were going to get the same treatment if they signed up 4 months in advance or the week before, because we just want to make sure everyone's having a good time. But then the event happened, and I'm not going to lie, the feedback that I got and the way that it flowed and operated was worth every penny of scaling to 2 parks. And it blew my mind. The lower division amateurs were like so pumped and excited that they got to play Lakeview twice. The middle of the pool got to play each park, so they got to be super aggressively competitive at North Water Tower, and then they got to have, depending on who the player was, an easier second round.
Not naming names.
I see you laughing over there.
But then the pros prefer to play longer, more challenging technical lines, and they got to compete both rounds at North Water Tower Park. On top of the way that it flowed so like amazing, we got to fly in Silas Schultz, and we had our 2 highest rated pros on Team Figgins duking it out. If you want to figure out who won, you got to go look up the PDGA stats. We won't ruin anything for you. But it was an amazing time. It was the first time we've had the majority of our team together. And you'll see some more content from the weekend dropping as soon as we hit 2,000 followers on Instagram. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, make sure you follow us. And there's a really awkward video featuring these two coming.
Oh, please. Come on.
So, yeah. That was my recap of the weekend. Was a little uncertain on how it was going to go with scaling up quickly. Thinking it was the right move, but then seeing the slowdown in disc golf, getting discouraged, but then getting overly fulfilled and feeling like everyone was so like pleased and happy with how the event went, made it amazing. Like, to me, it was the most like rewarding tournament I've ever ran. And to see like Team Figgins like grow each year, like as an event. So per se, like our number wasn't as high, but I think the quality of event we ran was even higher. And like we had so much staff at every park. Like I had volunteers at both parks willing to help, and it was phenomenal to see different aspects of disc golf like show up when needed to make like the most successful event that Team Figgins could run.
Yeah, Tyler, you didn't hit on one thing though.
Yeah, I was gonna say he failed to mention one very, very important detail.
Yeah. Talk about the discs.
Yeah, so our players packs that
I was highlighting the positives of the day.
But this is just crazy though. Like this
is a God moment. This is where God stepped in and was like, "All right, like this is a chaotic week, and we're gonna make it work." Do you want me to tell the story?
I didn't even know that this happened until after. This is too good.
This was rough. So we ordered the discs. It was like 6 weeks in advance, right? Like
we had enough time. We gave ourselves enough time. The discs were supposed to be, to us the week before at least.
So we had 6, it's pretty much like the most generous tight line you can give yourself. Because it takes a vendor only like 3 or 4 weeks to produce, and then they ship. For this event, it took them every bit of 4 to 5 weeks to make the disc, and they shipped the Friday before the event, the Friday.
The week before.
The Friday before. The week before.
Yeah, the week before.
The Friday of the week before the event. Wow. And they were set to arrive on Monday, which makes me, as a tournament director, very happy to see that my discs are arriving 5 days before the event. And there's not going to be any, issues. Plot twist, there's issues. So, out of nowhere, because I live in Florida and I don't look at the north or the northwest, weather, why would I do that? But the disc shipped from Kansas. You can see a disc behind Jacob's camera. They're absolutely beautiful stamp designed by Nicholas Riviera and produced by Dynamic Disc, which was the leading sponsor of Team Figgins Open. And they were supposed to arrive on Monday. We ordered, I think, 120, 140 discs, and tons of feather banners, tablecloths, tents, the whole works to run a very nice Dynamic Disc sponsored event. So I log on and I'm like, or did you check it first, Jacob? Or was it
I'm pretty sure it was me that noticed that.
Okay, so Jacob's like, oh, the discs are delayed, and I'm like, can you reach out? Why are they delayed? And then I'm like, oh, that snowstorm that just hit the Midwest and dumped 8 inches of snow. They never made it from the first point of UPS. So I'm like, whatever.
At this point, they were
at that point.
At this point, they were still in Emporia, correct?
Yeah, and they were showing they were going to arrive by Friday. So I was like, okay, no sweat yet, but hopefully the snow melts. I think it's Wednesday, and now it shows no date. And in our group chat, me and Dan and Jacob are talking about how stressful this is, because the jerseys came 3 weeks before. They're sitting in my house. The discs are who knows where, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't really think there's any point in stressing at this point. It is what it is. God's gonna work it out, or we're not gonna have this, and that's
Well,
okay
what's
too.
crazy is that on that Wednesday too, like we were in this chat, and for y'all who don't know, all four of us are Christians and stuff, and so we truly believe that Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior. And so I just kind of texted in the chat. I just kind of prayed over the disc, which is super cool. And literally that next day, I believe Tyler or Jacob, you got confirmation that they're supposed to show up that Friday.
So let me insert like a small point. Super cool. Like I walk in the office on Thursday because I was off on Friday to prep for the tournament. You prayed the prayer on Wednesday. I walk in the office on Thursday and I walk by accounting and I'm like, you know what? Like I'm talking to him and I'm like, this event is gonna go great because we prayed, we believed, and now when I check it, it's gonna show up and show that it's gonna be delivered tomorrow. And I'm just, halfway living life, halfway speaking in faith. So after a couple hours of trying to figure out if I really wanted to open them, check it or not, I check it and it's like Friday. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like God literally is like stepping into like the situation. It's super cool. So, long story short, the devil tried to, put his little 2 cents in. I was like, nah, we ain't going to let them get that blessing. We're going to push it. It ain't going to come Friday. So, I show up. Dan and I actually drive to UPS because it says that one of the boxes arrived.
On Friday.
And it never goes out for delivery. Yeah. And they never go out for delivery. So, I talked to the person. He's like, yeah, that's a lie. That's not what the system actually means. It means it's probably here. I'm like, okay, you're telling me your system says it's here and it's not
They're
here?
saying your whole system is hypothetical. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, they actually use the word hypothetical.
Yeah.
And so I called corporate and I'm like, can you tell me if this box is there or not? And they're like, oh, it's there. We'll call them for you. They have the manager call me and they're like, it's not here. I don't know why they told me to call you. And I'm like, look, I'm running a tournament tomorrow. I need these discs. If they don't come in, I don't want them. Just send them back to the company they come from because they're a waste of money if I don't have them for the event. Anyways, the lady was not the most friendly, not the most helpful. She's like, I'll leave a note, but that doesn't mean anything. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I'd really appreciate it. I get a phone call at 10 o'clock the next morning. Round 2 starts at 1. Dan, I call Dan like frantic because I'm running a course. Jacob and Dan are running the other course. I have help, but he has an injured back, so he can't do a lot. So I'm like, I can't send him. So I'm like, I'm gonna run to the UPS and I'm gonna meet Dan, and I'll be right back. So I tell Dan where to meet me. Where we went on Friday, and Dan goes to the UPS store on the other side of town.
Yeah. So
and then the other UPS store on the other side.
When I type in UPS and I'm looking for like the customer service center or whatever, there's like 9 in like 10-minute drive from each other. Like, I'm not even
Actually,
kidding.
There's 9 UPS stores. There's only 1 customer center.
Yeah. Well, the first one I was going to.
Jacob can explain that.
Yeah. I was just all turned around, dude. It was.
Yeah. Dan, if you know Dan, Dan needs his GPS. But so
especially in Sarasota,
and an actual address. So I'm in the UPS facility where they're putting the packages in the trucks, and I have 7 boxes ripped open, pulling discs out, sorting them, redividing them up, taking some for my part, boxing up the others, stacking them outside because they're closing. And they're like, you can do that, but we're leaving. And so I get it all stacked up. I leave, head back to my part. Dan picks up the disc. The B-Pool players received their players pack before round 2 started. Dan saved the day.
Woo! Hey, I tried. It only took me like 3 other UPS stores, but you made it work.
You prayed, you believed, and you got tested a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go, but I'm going.
Yep. It turned out great though. It was crazy in the moment, but the Lord works everything out for the good. So yeah, it was awesome.
It would have been a perfect event if I didn't have to play Water Tower. Other than that, it was great. Everything was perfect. Also, we need to. Okay, I do at some point. I want to talk about the rating system because this event exposed maybe one of the worst flaws of the rating system I've ever seen. But we can talk about that another time. We'll do a deep dive into that.
Part 2.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Do I have?
I'm excited. I
want
to hear
PDGA?
Oh,
from you. I
are you
don't even
filling
know
out PDGA right now?
Yes. Oh my word. Do I need to just explain why I'm
PDGA.
upset?
No,
Okay.
no. I think we need to leave this on a cliffhanger for the next episode. To be honest, now.
Yeah, but it's gonna
I
cliffhang
might have
me
to
in the
text you
process.
afterwards.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
that's the
Just hold
issue.
your anger for a sec, please.
Fine.
Like, we
Who's
can-
running that thing anyways?
You'll get the half of the next segment.
Who do I need to
Yeah.
send my complaint email to? Is Ledgestone guy running it? What's his name?
Nate
No, he's just
Heinold.
on the board.
Nate
Nate
Heinold.
Heinold's on the
No,
board.
I would send it to
Tyler Parker.
Big Dog Andy. No. No. Actually, you could reach out to Cam Harbachuk, and he might
Oh,
could
yeah.
explain something to you.
Cam's the goat.
We'll talk about
Our
this
boy
next
Cam,
time.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Go for it.
really quick question before we end. Who's playing GCCO?
I am not. I'm the
not.
photographer.
I know
for it.
you're working. You're on staff. I'm on staff. Neither one of you
I'm not
guys are
actually
playing?
playing. I know
I
that's a
mean-
huge event in the area, the Gulf Coast Charity Open, right? It's like a
Mhm.
massive event that does Cam run that? Yeah, he
Yeah.
runs that every year.
Yeah, Cam runs it, and he has like a massive staff. I run the junior side of it with Zach Smith. So.
He also has
I'm
a
a-
massive group of people that plays every year. It's like one of the most sought after
Mhm.
events in the area.
It's the largest tournament in Southern Florida.
Yeah,
I've never
isn't like the second largest in Florida aside from Throwdown? Well, I guess third now.
Probably.
Yeah, now that there's
You know,
chess.com.
Sarasota Championship is the third.
Actually, yeah, that's
fourth.
we now have another A tier. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
I'm
one
not sure
day.
if I told you all this, but I'm gonna have some photos published in the next Disc Golfer magazine too, which is pretty.
Really?
If they're good quality. I'm just kidding.
Get out of here, Tyler.
What photos is
Who invited you to this?
Is this?
He's the official PDGA on-site photographer for GCCO. I think.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty
that's
cool.
exciting.
Doing big
Yeah.
things. Oh, we got lots of good topics ahead.
Yeah.
We got. I'll be back at Ledgestone. I'll be at Chess.com Invitational and Montenegro. So that's 3 big events we can talk
Yeah.
about.
I'll be at chess.com and I'll be at Jonesboro as well, so I'll get to give you all the scoop of that one.
Ooh, Team Figgins on site.
That's right.
I think
Yes.
before chess.com and All Stars happen, we need to do another podcast so then we can kind of give our predictions for the year too. I think that'd be kind of cool. Kind of
That
Cool.
right.
We'll have to have Ben on for the chess.com invitational.
Yeah,
recap
it'd be good.
Since he's playing. It's his first Pro Tour event of the
Yeah.
year.
All right, Jacob.
And, well, it's the first one of the year.
That's exciting. I'm so pumped that they are having it here.
Yeah.
I know some of the pros are complaining that it wasn't in Arizona, but
Oh.
I am so
No, I
excited.
think most people's feedback has been great. Like, Florida definitely has a spot for the Pro Tour.
Yeah,
For sure.
and of course it's going to be so fun to see on coverage again. It's been too long.
Oh, yeah.
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 All right, Jacob. Why don't you give us a little recap of TFO and then close us out?
Yeah, I mean, Tyler said a lot of it. But I will say
I
that
talk
it
too
was definitely our smoothest event that we've ever ran. Everyone that was volunteering or staff was extremely helpful, and even some of the team members that we had playing, like Aiden and Matt and Charlie, they all stepped in and helped where we needed it to. Definitely those 3 are like some of the most reliable people that like we've ever had, which is amazing. That's a special shout out to you guys. But yeah, it was my favorite event that we've done, and I couldn't have really asked for something better. I know there was a lot of stress going into it. It really it worked out the day of, and there were 0 issues. Really 0 big issues as far as I'm remembering. Normally there's issues with random people showing up to the park trying to play, or
Are you kidding me? I had 10 that I had to get
Oh.
cussed out by or asked to
That
leave.
was the best part. So I'm about to tee off on. I start on hole 10.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Team Figgins feature card of the amateurs, right? We got me and Matt and Charlie all in the same card. First time ever playing together. We're about to tee off, and this group of guys steps on the tee right in front of us, and we're like, "Hey, this tournament's starting right now." And they're like, "Oh, we'll be quick," and then just stepped in front and teed off. So Tyler had to kick them off the course. That was a good time. They were not happy.
Yeah, then when I asked them to leave, they started yelling at Aiden and Matt, and were like, "If you're gonna play a tournament, you gotta throw further." I was like,
Little did they know, I can't throw further.
And then he walked up to a dog and he was like, "Did you know there's an effing tournament going on and you can't be at this park?" And I was like, "Whoa,
Yeah, he got
dude,
mad at
chill. You need to
mad at
leave."
this old lady and her dog.
Chill, Tyler. Watch your profanity.
We might have to cut that out.
No, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
that was a little
I
stretch.
don't know why, but every Team Figgins Open that we run, Tyler always has to like kick someone out or call the cops on someone, and it's
Yes.
pretty funny every
Thankfully,
time.
we didn't have to call the cops, and that was the only real time I got cussed out. One guy cussed his kid in front of me about choosing to play there. It was
That's weird. All right.
Oh,
And the kid is like, "It's okay, we can leave, we can leave, we can leave. It's fine. Don't worry about it," to me. And I'm like, "Don't let your dad talk to you like that."
Well, if you have enjoyed this podcast, make sure you guys like, comment, share, or follow. I don't know what you really do on podcasts, to be honest.
I don't either.
Keep up.
Is this going to be on a separate channel, or is it going to be a
It'll be on
part
the
of
Main
Team
channel.
Figgins' normal channel?
Heck
Okay,
yeah.
that's a good idea for now.
Dan just hit
Um,
us with a make sure to like and subscribe. There's no way.
Of course.
In the beginning,
Why
we
wouldn't
were
I?
like, we're not
Hey,
going to start
also-
with a "Hey guys, welcome
You
to the channel."
you always have to follow us on Instagram too. We'll probably put a post out.
Make us hit 2K because I want you guys to see this video that we
Yeah.
filmed.
Giveaway at 2K. Come on.
Oh goodness.
Yes, there is a 2K
I'm
giveaway.
gonna actually just start deleting followers from Team Figgins so that video doesn't get out, because that may be one of the hardest things to watch I've ever seen in my entire
It is
life.
the best video I think we've ever made.
Every duo was so awkward. I feel like we were the most
Yes,
normal.
which honestly was a very low bar. Like we could have been so much weirder.
There was no
and still
Jake
standard.
were
the
the
most
best.
normal.
We were. I agree.
Cool.
The jump
Yeah,
at the end.
Yeah, the jump made it.
Oh,
Yeah, don't give it away because then
The only
I'm
thing
just,
we
I'm
do,
just
yeah.
teasing the viewers here, Tyler.
There's a jump somewhere in the video. That's all you know.
Dan, are you in bed?
Yeah.
for the podcasting.
I just figured this out. Wow.
Well, this is like the only like close outlet to like a seat in our little garage apartment here. So,
I love the wall.
thank you.
I need
It
a
is a
white
cool
wall.
wall.
I got my
right
disc
behind.
wall right here.
Hey,
Y'all can see that with my wife. Photo of my wife. There you go. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Whoa, geez, Aiden, you
sorry,
don't gotta
sorry.
flex on us
Oh,
now.
sorry, not to flex. My bad. Goodness.
You guys don't want me to pull out my
Yeah,
shelves.
I don't want to even try to compare collections with Tyler because he will blow me out of the water. And then Jacob.
I think I might
Yeah,
win
Jacob flexes one little shelf.
Jacob has a
Um,
warehouse in his house.
that. Pretty much. I think we did lose Dan's mic, so I'll do our little outro. Make sure to like and subscribe.
That's fine.
Like Dan said, we can't hear him anymore, but thank you for
We
watching.
don't need to.
And if you enjoyed, share this podcast with your friends and your family and your grandmother, and we will see or hear you or talk to you in the next one.
Share it with Grandma.
See you later. Grandma. Oh, party over here. Good ending.
That's a perfect ending.
Nervous.
And now I'm like, I haven't introed anything in so long. This is a little, it's gonna be interesting.
Yo, what is up, guys?
Okay, don't go back to like 2015 YouTube now.
Sorry.
Oh, let's roll back to Dan's YouTube introduction.
Shush. All right, go, Jacob.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Team Figgins Podcast. Here you go.
I was so excited. Wow, everyone's just stayed on for a whole podcast.
That is definitely Jacob at teamfiggins.net. 15
Yes,
I gotta
that
think
was
about-
fantastic.
I gotta get more energy, but I don't want to say, hey guys.
You need to get coffee in your cup.
Hey, you. Welcome.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do it in like your very serious, deep, like.
Do it in your
Welcoming.
biggest Cincinnati voice you can.
That's not a voice.
Hey guys, you want to go to Skyline?
Cincinnati accent.
There's not an accent.
I love Skyline.
Yes, there is. There's 100%.
There's not an
in
accent.
Cincinnati. Yes, there is. Everyone has an accent that's not from
Yeah.
here.
Anytime someone tells me they're
To
from
an extent.
Ohio, I'm like, you're from
Like
Cincinnati,
Dan is
aren't
Canadian.
Boy.
you?" I am.
All right, Jacob, kick
Hey,
us
guys.
off here.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's do an actual intro and then get started.
How's it going? Welcome to the Team Figgins Podcast. My name is Jacob. We have Tyler, Aiden, and Dan with us today, and welcome to Discussions.
Maybe.
is that a new
Podcast.
name?
I don't know what we're going to call it yet, but we can cut there, hopefully, maybe.
Okay, I was about to say, this is going to be chopped up and we're going to cut
Yeah.
out some of the stupid parts,
Yes.
right?
Yes, we are.
I don't know. Sometimes the stupid parts make the podcast actually fun.
Well, some of them, yeah.
I need
but
to be able to cut after the
there's going to be
intro.
a lot of Dan just making noises. So.
100%. That's all I do. That's why I'm here.
Okay. Let me get one more take of the intro.
Sure. Let's just roll.
We are rolling.
I know, but just go straight into it. Don't think about it too much.
That's what we did last time. So
Yeah.
do it
Yeah.
again, just for...
Wait.
Oh, share it with your grandmother. Oh, my word.
Yes,
Now
I
we
can hear you.
We're going to need you to upgrade your equipment before episode 2.
Oh.
When he said lean back and it went.
Flip that.
All right, I'm out of
All
here.
right.
Sweet. Thank
Hey,
you all.
Tyler. Yeah, thank you guys.
See you guys next time.
It was very fun.
Yeah.